Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. I am so excited about this video topic today. First of all, this is a collab. I am doing this in collaboration with my good friend Alex. Her channel name is Alejandra Lisette. I will have her channel linked down below, of course. I think we've been friends for a little over a year now. I'm not sure exactly where we met, but I want to say it was through Emily's Graveyard Project Pan. I could be wrong, but we've been friends for about a year, and Alex is the kindest, sweetest person you will ever meet on social media. She's very nice. She responds to every comment. I don't know how she does it. I cannot keep up with comments to save my life. If by some chance you are not subscribed to her channel yet, please go check her out. She has a phenomenal channel and she does a lot of talk about indie makeup. So if you are interested in indie makeup, that is something you can definitely get from her channel that I don't have much knowledge of, if I'm being perfectly honest. So go check out Alex's channel. It's linked down below. What we are going to be discussing today is our top 10 EmilyNoel 83 Made Me Buy It products. Before I get into the topic of this video, let me just say that this has been done before. My good friends Kyra and Nona did a video 11 months ago that appears to be about this exact same topic. I haven't watched their videos yet, but I did notice that in my feed they did a similar topic. It sounds exactly the same. So I'm going to link Kyra, who is Journey in Beauty, and Nona, who is My So-Called Life 1977, down below as well, so that if you're interested in this topic, you could check out their videos and see what they talked about in their videos. I am beyond 11 months behind on watching YouTube videos too. I'm more like a year and 4 months behind. So when Alex and I decided to collaborate on this topic, we decided to make it only 10 products because we both have a huge amount of products that we bought based on Emily's recommendations. And if we covered every product that she encouraged us to buy, our videos would be way too long. So we decided to make it a top 10. It was really hard for me to narrow it down, but I did. I've been a huge fan of Emily for a very long time. She is not the first beauty guru that I discovered, but she was one of the first, maybe the third. I remember that It's Judy Time was the first makeup video I ever watched. That was back in 2010, and EmilyNoel was right around that time. So I've been watching her for about 10 years now. She is an Illinois girl, just like I am. We're both from the same state. I'm naturally a brunette with brown eyes. She's a brunette with brown eyes. I can relate to her on so many levels. Even though we both live in the same state, we do still live about 5 hours away from each other. So it's not like I could just become buddies with her and hang out with her in real life. We're still 5 hours apart from each other. But I did get a chance to meet her at a meet and greet up in Chicago a couple years ago when Hazel was just a little baby. And I will insert a picture here of me meeting EmilyNoel. I've showed this on Instagram before. But yeah, it was really fun and exciting to meet her. She was pregnant with Biddy at the time and she hadn't announced it yet, but I think within the next month of me meeting her, she announced that she was pregnant with Biddy, and I got to meet Tyler at that meet and greet, so he was there too, and I got to say hi to him. So it was a very cool experience. It was very nice to meet her. There was a very long line of people, and although I was one of the first people in line, it actually put more pressure on me to not like sit around and chat, because I felt like there was this whole line of people behind me waiting to talk to her, and I didn't want to take up too much time. So I kind of got quiet, a little too quiet. I wish I would have spent some more time and just been like, forget you guys can wait a couple minutes, but I felt very self-conscious of how much time I was taking with her instead of just being in the moment and talking with Emily. So needless to say, I'm a huge EmilyNoel 83 fan, but not only do we have those things in common, but I think we have a similar taste. And in general, what she recommends does work for me. I have found that time and time again, the products that she recommends works for me. And if it happens enough time, it just goes without saying that I'm going to buy the products that she recommends, because the last 50 products that she recommended worked for me, so this one's gonna work too. It's almost shocking when I buy a product that she recommended and it doesn't work for me. That's when it's shocking. It's not surprising at all when I love a product that she recommended. I've been talking way too much. let's get into my 10 EmilyNoel 83 Made Me Buy It products. The first products that I want to talk about are these guys right here. Who can guess what these are based on the side of the packaging? Laura Geller products. Yes, I have Laura Geller blushes. I have Laura Geller foundation powders. I have Laura Geller bronzers. I have Laura Geller highlighters. I have a huge collection of Laura Geller products, and I completely blame EmilyNoel for this. Girl, you made me buy it. She's always spoken so highly of Laura Geller products, and for good reason. They're good products. I really like them, but I don't know if I would have really heard about these products if it wasn't for EmilyNoel 83. Nobody else really talks about these, but she talks about them, she raves about them, and I bought them. The next product is so EmilyNoel 83. It should have her name on it. It is so EmilyNoel 83. And I am talking about this guy right here. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Bronzed and Chic Bronzer. How many EmilyNoel videos have you guys watched where she pulled out this bronzer? She hit major pan in this bronzer before she finally retired it, and by then it had been discontinued and you couldn't even find it anywhere. I ended up finding this at my local Big Lots store on clearance, and that's where I bought it. But this is so EmilyNoel 83. It's Emily. It's just Emily. Did you say you just farted?
Yeah.
Gross. Okay, the next item is a cream blush, and I never would have bought this if it wasn't because of EmilyNoel 83. I would have never even considered buying it. But that is this Maybelline Dream Bouncy Blush, and specifically I am talking about the shade Hot Tamale. Oh my gosh, she raved about this blush for years and how good it is. I always assumed this would be too pigmented for my skin tone, but her and I are about the same skin tones, and she demonstrated it over many videos how she applied it, and I thought, yes, I want that blush too, so I bought it. So yes, EmilyNoel made me buy it. Okay, in keeping with the topic of blush, I have another blush item that EmilyNoel made me buy, and that is the In Stain Blushes by the Balm. I have 5 here. The other thing that I definitely feel, and this is no fault of Emily's, but I definitely feel like she brought out the collector in me. I don't know what it is about watching her videos, but I definitely feel like watching her videos made me want one of everyone. And I don't know if that's just my unique experience or if you can relate to that too from watching her videos, but I definitely feel like she really inspired me to become more of a makeup collector than I should have been or ever was. But yeah, if EmilyNoel recommended it, the odds of me buying one of every item that was sold was pretty great, as you can see by those Laura Geller products and as you can see by these Balm In Stain blushes. She also really put the Balm on the map for me, and I'm assuming a lot of other people. Nobody really talks about the Balm, but EmilyNoel has always been a fan of that brand and always talked about their products, and all I can say is thank you, Emily. You've steered me in the right direction. So these are the In Stain blushes. They are a long-wearing staining powder blush that is very pigmented, and a little bit goes a long way. I have the shade Swiss Dot, Houndstooth, Argyle, Lace, and Tulle. I would absolutely love to put one of these in a project, but I am completely intimidated to try and pan one of these blushes because I think it would take me decades to finish. So I haven't put one in a project yet, but I would love to. Okay, let's move on to some eye products. The first one I want to talk about is from the brand Avon. These are the Extra Lasting Eyeshadow Pencils. And again, I bought almost every one that was sold. They had, I think, a matte black, and I didn't buy that one at the time. but there is no way I would have ever even known that these existed, let alone purchased them, if it wasn't because of EmilyNoel. I cannot even look at these and not think of her, because the second I see these, my mind directly goes to her, particularly the shade Amethyst. This one right here, she did a look using this pencil in the shade Amethyst along with a Maybelline quad in the shade Designer Chocolates, and I loved that eye look, and I literally bought these sticks and that quad to recreate that look because I thought it was so amazing and beautiful. I'll try to remember to link that video down below so that you guys could check it out if you've never seen it, but it's just, again, a like purpley, pinky, mauvey eye look that is so me, and it looked amazing on her, and I don't know if I've ever really been able to recreate that look fully the way she did, but that's why I bought these pencils and that quad. Here is a swatch of Amethyst so that you could see it right there. It's kind of a purpley browny taupey shade. Okay, we are halfway through the items, and the next one I want to talk about is a palette, and it's from Stila. Again, I cannot look at this palette without thinking of EmilyNoel 83. This is a perfect me, perfect hue in the shade medium tan. It looks like this on the inside. There's two blushes, a highlighter, and an eyeshadow quad. And yeah, I definitely bought this because of EmilyNoel 83. I was able to snag it for 50% off at Ulta in some sale. These are Emily's colors, and by default, they're my colors as well. She talked about how this quad reminded her of a Bare Minerals quad called The Happy Place, which I also bought because of EmilyNoel 83. And yeah, she highly recommended this palette, and I had to have it. The next palettes in my top 10 are from Smashbox, and those are the Masterclass, oh, I'm blinding you, I'm sorry. The Masterclass palettes from Smashbox. I would be so excited around the holidays when Emily's review of these palettes would come out. She always spoke very highly of these palettes and their quality. This was the first one I bought. Don't ask me what year. I want to say 2016, and it looks like this. There are a combination of blushes, highlighters, and eyeshadows. And I've only used a couple of the shades, but they are very, very high quality, and I really enjoyed them. Oh. The next year, there were color correctors in this set. There was a huge chunk of this set that was dedicated to color correctors, and I wasn't into color correctors, so I skipped that year, but then I bought the next 2 years, which I want to say were like 2018 and 2019, but I could be wrong. The next one is this one right here. They changed the format, and it looks like this. And then the last one I bought is the same format, different shades, looks like this. If it wasn't for Emily's stellar reviews of these products, I don't know if I would have even known that they existed, let alone been interested in buying them. So Emily, I blame you for these as well. The last product for the eyes that I'm going to talk about is going to be no surprise to any of you EmilyNoel 83 fans out there, and that is this right here. CoverGirl Clump Crusher. If this product doesn't make you think of EmilyNoel 83, I don't know what does. She has been raving about this product for eons, and she particularly talks about the water-resistant version, and this is not the water-resistant version. I accidentally ordered the regular mascara instead of the water-resistant, but I can literally hear her voice in my head right now saying CoverGirl Clump Crusher Water Resistant. Like, she said it so many times in so many videos that when she actually uses something that is not this mascara, it's quite shocking. It is a good mascara. I've used a full water resistant tube before, and I really like it. So again, she steered me in the right direction. I would definitely repurchase the water resistant version down the road when my mascara numbers eventually get down again. The last two products on my top 10 are lip products. It was so hard to narrow this category down. There were definitely more lip products that I could have put on here, but I decided to limit it to just two, and they are very, very EmilyNoel 83 to me. The first one is from Too Faced, and I became so familiar with this lipstick and I loved the way it looked on her so much that I could pick it out before I even had a chance to look in the description box to confirm that that was the product that she had on her lips. It was such a beautiful shade on her, and that is this Too Faced La Creme lipstick in the shade Nude Beach. I loved it. Every time she wore this lipstick, I thought it looked amazing on her. She definitely inspired me to search it out and buy it for myself, and I love it on me too. It is just a gorgeous, beautiful nude shade, like a pinky nude right there. It is so pretty. I'm not wearing it today, of course. I wish I would have, but just a beautiful lipstick. I'm so glad I bought it, but I became so familiar with this lipstick on her that I could pick it out the second the video started. Be like, she's wearing Nude Beach today. I can tell, and she always was. The other lipstick I'm gonna talk about in this video is one, again, that I never would have bought if it wasn't because of EmilyNoel 83. But every time she talked about what a great product this is and how versatile it is and how to use it and how she used it, it just made me want it even more until finally I cracked and bought it. And that is this e.l.f. matte lip crayon in Praline. She talked about this lipstick so many times in so many videos. Particularly how she used it in the fall to like deepen up lipsticks that were a little too nude or a little too light. And it is so pretty. I should really put both of those lipsticks in projects for next year. I wish I could keep talking about more products. There are so many, and I would say that there's a few brands that she really put on the charts for me that I would have never even heard about if it wasn't for her. Maybe eventually I would have heard about them, but I really credit her with increasing my awareness of entire brands like Mally and It Cosmetics. I really feel like EmilyNoel 83 is the one who brought those brands to my attention in the first place, and without her talking about them, I don't know, maybe I never would have heard of them. So yes, I have a lot of love for EmilyNoel 83. She is definitely the beauty guru. In my name, a beauty guru made me do it. I used to joke for years that my makeup collection is just a smaller version of Emily's makeup collection, because really she inspired me to buy a lot of makeup, and I'm not entirely mad about it. I'm not mad at you for it, Emily, because every recommendation was spot on for me. And I would say out of all the makeup I've purchased, maybe twice I didn't agree with her recommendations for them and it didn't work for me, but that's a pretty good track record for her. Generally, I think her recommendations are spot on. If for some reason you're not subscribed to EmilyNoel 83, please also subscribe to EmilyNoel 83 too. She is awesome. I will leave her channel linked down below as well. So yes, subscribe to Alex and check out her video to see what her top 10 products are from EmilyNoel 83. If you happen to be coming over from Alex's channel to check out my video, first of all, thank you so much for clicking the link to my channel and watching this video. If you like what you see, I do hope you consider subscribing and sticking around for a while. That would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.